Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some people in one Leslie County community are now able to leave their homes thanks to receding floodwaters. Members of one Alabama community where several people were killed during a recent tornado outbreak gathered to remember those who were lost. And flooding in one South American country leaves several people dead. We'll bring you the latest.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It is 4:59 on Tuesday, March the 12th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. Well, yesterday was a beautiful day. Temperatures were almost perfect. Hopefully we will see a rinse and repeat forecast this morning. Let's go to Brandon, who will give us a better rundown of what to expect.
Good morning, my friend, and we're going to see again not too bad conditions. A little bit of cloud cover again this morning, but for the most part, nothing really to write home about. Let's take a look over UVA-wise this morning, and you can see some stars there across the sky, so not too bad on the cloud cover overnight. Cooler in some spots, not as bad in others. 27 Ashland, 45 Jacksboro. Everybody else, though, in the 30s as you head out the door. A little extra on your coffee meter this morning, and you'll see temperatures climbing into the mid-50s, maybe upper 50s by later this afternoon with some sunshine mixed with clouds. Rest of the forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, as water recedes on Kentucky 257 in the confluence area of Leslie County, many people are now able to leave their homes. Some were trapped for 2 full weeks, but now crews are dealing with what was underneath all of that water. Yesterday, they spent the day clearing mud and debris like trash and branches off the road.
Cleanup that they're doing right now with cleaning the mud off the road and brushing it, making it so much easier for folks to get home that can get home.
Now, down the road from the cleanup efforts, not everyone is so lucky. Magistrate John Newell tells us at least 8 families are still trapped due to flooding, and parts of Kentucky 257 do remain closed. Workers say there is still a lot of cleaning up left to do in that area. Well, water levels at Lake Cumberland continue to drop. According to a recent post on Facebook, the water level is right at 743 feet. That is down 5 feet since Wednesday. Water is still being released at Wolf Creek Dam. Well, we have an update to a mudslide in Harlan County we have been following along Kentucky 72. This is video from last month at the site of the slide. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet 11's district posted that they expect all material to be removed by the end of the week. They say that does depend on whether or not the weather cooperates with them. They say they have an around-the-clock presence at the site. Officials in Floyd County say more mud and rock are sliding off the hill above US 23 in Ivell. So far, we are told nothing appears to be too severe. Highway officials say they are keeping a close eye on the issue, and the northbound lanes are still closed. If any rock begins to fall into the southbound lanes, officials plan to close them as well. Well, Alabama's Beauregard High School opened its doors to the community last night for a vigil in remembrance of the 23 lives lost during last week's tornado. Local elected officials and law enforcement talked during the vigil, thanking the community for being strong. Folks in the area who heard the news of the storm ripping through the town say they wanted to help but didn't know how to other than to encourage Lee County through faith.
I was just wondering what I could do, and the Lord spoke to my heart and said, Angela, just open your mouth, just sing, because there are so many hurting people and they are just heartbroken, and we can be able to encourage them and lift their spirits up.
Now, after the ceremony inside, everyone went outside where they released 23 sky lanterns in honor of the victims. Well, let's turn us to some international news now. At least 7 people died after a storm hit the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. At least 5 rivers flooded overnight. One line of the metropolitan train system suspended its service due to high water. In some areas, people had to be rescued from their homes and vehicles. More rain was expected yesterday. And in nearby Venezuela, government officials ordered schools and businesses closed today as a nationwide power outage continues. Doctors have been reduced to performing emergency surgeries by flashlight ever since the power went out over much of the country last week. Embattled President Nicolas Maduro said the outage was the result of a cyber attack by the United States, but provided no evidence. Opposition leader Juan Guaido has called for protests. Well, let's head to a much lighter note. There is good luck and then there's great luck. In Virginia, a Richmond woman hit the lottery jackpot a whopping 30 times in one single drawing. Deborah Brown bought 20 Pick4 tickets using some lucky numbers. Later, she used the same numbers when buying 10 additional tickets. Her lucky numbers earned her $5,000 for each ticket for a total of $150,000. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Meanwhile, Texas City is voted the happiest in the state. We'll tell you which one and why.
Well, the forecast should make you pretty happy today with lots of sunshine. I'll have all the details for you in about 3 minutes.